What's up, guys? Welcome back. So as you guys can see, all-wheel drive VK is back inside the garage, and honestly there's some stuff that I want to take care of. Last minute stuff that I didn't get to do on the last time when we took the car to the meet. Honestly, I've just kind of just sat back a little bit and not really worked on the car because I've been waiting for parts. We did get some parts in, but I'll do that in another video. We're gonna do majority of the stuff that we can do right now is just like all simple stuff. There's some fabrication that I need to do to this car, and that is mainly on the exhaust setup over here. So it's not on the car, it wasn't on the car. Main reason why was because I didn't have enough time to finish it. I did end up sending the car off to go get painted, and from there it just took a little bit longer than what I thought. I was gonna have it back beforehand, and as you guys seen, I literally had 3 to 4 days, 3.5 days to get the car to where it was, and making it look like a car for the meet. So I did receive some parts. I want to go ahead and try to get all of that situated also, and hopefully we can get that done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get to it. I'm gonna try not to talk because again, I want to try to get as much possible as done. So just follow along, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy.
Perfect.
Alright guys, second side is down. I did order new clips to lock this in place. It's going to come from Amazon, so I'll put those on tomorrow. I got to clean a lot of this overspray off from when the car was painted to make sure that that doesn't have any overspray on it. Next thing I got to do is pretty much start adjusting the e-brake cable, and the way you do that on here is basically this screw down here. So we got to tighten this up, pull it to how many latches I like, and that way it'll be set, so that way they don't drag also. So let's just get to that. Alright guys, e-brake is adjusted. Do I like it? I don't like it so far up. It's right there, it's perfectly fine. If I pull it a little bit more, it really locks in, so I'm good there. Alrighty guys, so right here you can see I have this port open here and I have this port here. We were using this temporarily shut off, block off here with the bolt. I just don't want to do it that way. That was just to start it up the car, and so we can try to figure out, well, if their car would run right and idle, and it did. But we did have the vacuum line ports that were open, which was this one at the time. These were open, and no, these were closed, and this one was the one that was open. So now that I got this port here, shout out to the homie Jose. He shot it to me, but he wants me to weld his, so I'll weld his later on at a later date. But we do have this port finally, and that way we can run this line straight to the booster over here. So what I ended up purchasing was these I guess you could say vacuum port lines, block offs. So these are these are actually from Jack Spania. It does come with the hardware. I'll pull it out right now. Hold on. So it does have the hardware to fully mount it into its location. So this one right here, it doesn't have any etching on it or any of that stuff. So some people are going to say that I cheaped out in this part. It is what it is. I saved a couple of bucks, and I didn't see no purpose of spending $45 for a K-tune one plus shipping, and $35 or $30 for this one plus shipping. That would have been $70, $80 for these two pieces. These right here, both from Jack Spania, they were like 30 bucks shipped. So I figured, why not save a couple of bucks and use it to where it needs to be used for. So this will work perfect here for this section here, and that one will actually go to this one down here. There you go. So this will go here. This still moves around because, again, it's not fully seated. We'll still have to hit it, get it down a little bit more, but once I figure to clean all this up. So let me go ahead and do the other one, get it buttoned down, and then I gotta pretty much take measurement of the serpentine belt, because if you guys remember on the last videos when Dana was here, we literally went through like 6 belts. We went through this belt. This is the belt that I called for a K20Z3. It does not work. I ended up purchasing another one through Amazon, which said that it took this one here, and it's way too long. We purchased other ones. Some of them were shorter. So from what I was told through AutoZone was to go ahead and take a piece of string, take it to them, measure it to see what it would come out to, and then pretty much just give it like 1/8 of an inch, a little bit longer or a little bit shorter once we put a little bit of tension back here. So I got to stretch that back out so that we can take a measurement of it, and I can take it to AutoZone, and they'll help me find, I believe it's a 6 or a 7 rib belt for the whole setup here. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow possibly. But before we do all that and I get the belt on, I got to replace this bolt, and I got to order one from G Development, because again, most of the hardware is G Development, and I don't want that to look like a damn eyesore. I did order brand new hardware again for the headlights, that way it all matches and you don't see no black in it. So that's the next thing too. We got to get those situated and get those swapped out, so everything will be G Development. Alrighty guys, so it's the next day, and I figured let's come out here, get busy. I ended up running to Honda because I needed to pick up a screen for the VTEC solenoid. If you guys know, the VTEC solenoid has a screen in the inside of it, so I had to pick it up. Took the right-hand drive out for a drive today, and yeah, we got the new screen for the VTEC solenoid because oil was leaking when we did the startup on this car with Dana. So now that we have a new screen, we'll put that in today also. So what I want to concentrate on today is actually finishing up the exhaust, getting it hung into place. That way the exhaust will be fully mounted and basically ready to go. So I want to take out the 4-bolt real quick, get the muffler, bring it over here, tack weld it, and see if we can go back up and do another test fit and make sure that it's all aligning right and make sure that it just fits perfectly fine. So I'm still waiting for the clips to come in to hold these in, because I took them off to put the e-brake cables on because that was more of a priority right now. These can always be put on, and I'm just waiting for them to arrive today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the exhaust done. Alrighty guys, pie cut is put on. I welded a bead on each side, that way it'll hold it. If anything, I can always chop it off again, but we're gonna let it cool down before we get it up there, because that shit is extremely hot and I don't want to burn myself. So let's let that cool down for a minute, and then we'll pick back up once we're putting it on. Alrighty guys, so unfortunately I ended up messing up, and remember I was welding up that pie, and right here is where the pie was at. So like a dummy, I put the pie upside down, and it ended up making the muffler go upwards, which is what I didn't want. I wanted it to come down. So I just ended up cutting it straight, welding it together, and since everything was pushed back, it was kind of messing with all this in my head, and now my muffler does not line up with the output of the kit itself. So it lines up straight, it's just not enough to where it hits here. I might end up trimming this section here, which I might end up doing, and just adding these pie cuts so that way it'll transition downwards, and that way it'll just come down here. If I can do that, then that'll be awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue cutting some more pies and see if I can get it down, and then we'll go ahead and take the muffler back off and tack it all the way around so that way we can at least have a little bit of clearance.
What we do here is go back.
Alrighty guys, so as you guys seen, pretty much started taking up the pie cuts that I had and welding them together. I ended up doing a few beads, you know, all the way around, spreading around, because I didn't want to burn it and I didn't want to get too much heat to it, so that I didn't burn through. And unfortunately I ended up running out of argon for my TIG machine. So really there's nothing I can do at this point. I can't even go get new one. I mean, I can, but I have to take it to the shop, and I don't want to take it to the shop because I usually go through my homie that swaps out my tanks, and it's a way better deal with him compared to going to the store and getting that done. I was thinking about probably just MIG welding it, but my MIG welder also doesn't have any gas. So at this point in time, I'm pretty much just stuck. So alrighty guys, so thank God. I ended up calling my homie, the one that does my argon and all that stuff, and he was actually in the area doing tank deliveries. He was in Riverside, so I hit him up, and he said that he actually had one tank that he can change mine out to, and that way he can just take all the empties to go get them refilled. So he did end up bringing it in. I ended up getting that done. I was swapped out already, and I also ended up getting the pie cuts all welded up to the muffler, and I just welded up a bracket, a hanger that was I purchased online, and you can see now muffler is hanging. No more jack stands or jacks holding up the exhaust over there anymore. So everything is done. This welding hanger, or this hanger here for the exhaust is just, honestly, I TIG welded it, and it looks like shit, but it is what it is. You're not going to see it, so I don't care about all that. It is hung up. We still got to add more brackets to this side over here, and this is what I was actually using, but I'm not going to use this for the brackets to come over here. I have some other ones that I'm going to weld on, but for now this is going to stay for the way it is. I just want to continue making a little bit more progress. So now that the exhaust is done, what I have to do is pretty much get the VTEC solenoid screen replaced, because we had a leak before. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that screen replaced, because it was, like I said, it was all cracked, it was all brittle. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that so we can cap out the video. Alrighty guys, so VTEC solenoid is off, and you can see this one was beat to shit. So removed it. We got a new one up here. It is an OEM Honda one, so I am going to put Honda Bond on it so that we can actually help seal it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and clean this, put the seal on, and get it back installed on the car. Alrighty guys, so pretty much as you guys seen, VTEC solenoid is locked in and loaded. It's all buttoned up, tightened down, so we shouldn't have any more leaks. There is Honda bond on it, so that would help prevent it and help it seal. As you guys also seen, you know, huge shout out to my homie for coming through with the argon and helping me, so that way I can at least continue welding, because I was honestly going to give up and just move on to something else, but at least managed to finish the exhaust setup once and for all on the car. Yes, we actually still have brackets to put onto the car, but that's nothing really crazy that needs to be done. Main reason why I didn't do it was because I still have to pull it down once the AFR shows up, so that way I can go ahead and put on the O2 bung onto the down pipe, and so that I can clean it out once I drill it out and so on and so forth and get it welded. So once all that arrives, basically I'll add the brackets to the existing remaining parts of the exhaust, and that way I hold it up in the front section of the car. But yeah, it's pretty much, guys, as you guys know, continuing, and I'm trying to maintain progress ever since we attended the street races, you know, in Mexico, and also going to the old school Honda meet. There's plenty more stuff that I need to do, but I'm trying to work in order and sequence from the front to the back. But as you guys seen, I had to work to the back because I still don't have sensors for the front, as far as my fuel sensor, oil pressure sensor, AFR. So that's stuff that's kind of like preventing me from continuing here in the engine bay. So hopefully here in the next couple of videos, guys, I can actually get started on the interior and also on the trunk area, since we're still waiting for parts. I don't know when they're going to arrive, but we'll get back onto the engine bay once all those parts arrive, so that way we continue and finish up the front end. But pretty much I need to concentrate on the trunk area, because I need to fabricate the area that's going to go around the fuel cell with this piece of wood. I got to cut it, got to trim it, make sure that it's going to fit over it, and that we can get it wrapped in the new material that it's going to be wrapped in, because again, I wanted to match the back, at least have some black material on it, suede or whatever it is, so that way it will look uniform. I also got to put the sunroof in, so that way I can honestly get the guy that's going to do the headliner to come in and make the custom headliner. From there, basically, once all that is done, I have to move on to the doors, put the window tracks in, get the system wired in, radio, speakers, make sure it's all fully functioning, and that way, honestly, the car is almost a step forward complete in every single time. So I do want to concentrate on the interior and on the trunk area, so that way we can complete it. So once again, all the sensors arrive, we can just go ahead and continue in the engine bay of the all-wheel drive VK. But pretty much, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the last couple of videos. I know the Arizona trip wasn't you guys weren't fond of that one, which is perfectly fine. It was just for me to get out, clear my mind, and see something different other than cars, and spend time with my family. But again, you guys seen Mexico runs, which was honestly dope. You guys also seen the San Diego trip that we took over there to the Honda, or the old school Honda meet versus the new school Honda meet. That was actually a dope time, just cruising with the homies. And honestly, man, there's nothing I can really say about that other than I really want to try to get this car done so we can have some fun and cruise with all the boys here in SoCal. So again, guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did, please like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Till next time.